Thanks, Paige. Hi, Tommy. How are you?
I'm happy to be home, Benedict. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Um, yeah, as you mentioned, you guys are finally back home again. What is it like to be in familiar surroundings?
Uh, you- it's really bizarre, and it's a bit like the Wolf of Wall Street. The guys even shouting in the locker room, "We're not leaving," and that's probably just the ethos now. This is like our third bubble. If you think of Winnipeg being obviously the first one where we couldn't leave, um, the second one being where we were always leaving, and then the third one now, we're not leaving. So we've got a 6-game stand. It's the perfect timing in the run-in. We're excited. It's going to be a great way to finish in front of our own fans.
You kind of touched on there. How important is it to take advantage of this home stretch and kind of pick up some points towards the end of the season here?
Massive. I mean, we've in 21 league games, we've played in front of our fans 4 times. It's crazy. So they do give us that 12th man, and even some of our players that have been here that signed last year, your Simos and your Farsis, Jose Hernandez, have still only had that opportunity within 2 seasons to have played in front of our fans 4 times. And Farsi's a fan favourite, so it's interesting. We've seen how it elevated many of our players in the 2019, and right now, after a tough, grueling stretch, we finished our away bubble quite strong. The last 2 winning and tying, but with a clean sheet was a strong way to round that out. And I think now we just take that into Edmonton, who as we know when we beat them 3-2, they're a good side and they should have more wins on the board. And we're looking forward to playing against them because we're undefeated against them. And we've won the Wild Rose Cup series. But we want to be, when we do get presented that trophy on Saturday in front of our fans, we want to do it with a victory behind us.
Yeah, you mentioned Edmonton. You've seen them a few times recently, including the 3-2, as you mentioned. What do you sort of expect to see from them on Saturday?
Well, they should be confident. I think they were very good last night against Pacific. I thought they were good against us in the second half at Clark Stadium. And every time we played them, like I said, I'll say it time and again, they're a good team. They've got very good players in this league. They've got the leading goal scorer in the league in Easton Ongaro. They've got some really good talent, some good leadership. Ramon Soria, Amir Didic, one of the best centre-backs in the league. I'm just surprised they don't have as many wins as they are, but we're not prepared to give up our home field advantage on Saturday, and we want to stay undefeated in them, which goes into our 12th meeting across 3 seasons.
And you mentioned Mo Farsi. How important has he been to your team this season? And do you think we're
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, we unearthed a gem there with him because look, we've had some really good, exciting wingers in with this team, and he's come in now and he's got that versatility to play fullback, wingback, or right winger, and he's even popped up on the left side when we started this season. He's just a terrific young man. He's got bags of talent and he's got bags of potential. There's still lots of things we're trying to help him with his game, with his final act or defensive positioning when he doesn't have the ball, because these all matter if he does go up in the levels within the game.
And last one for me, how important is it to finish in the top 2 and get a home playoff game and keep your home bubble going?
Massively, massively. Like we said about being in our home stand here, wherever we finish, the season's going to be defined on the final 2 games of the season, the playoff semi-final and the playoff final, and everything else will be forgotten pretty quickly. But how you finish is exactly how this race is determined. In order to do so, we've got to play the advantage game. The good thing now is, we're 3 points off Pacific with a game in hand, so a win on Saturday then levels us, and then they've got to come to us twice, and they've got a big long stretch going away to Halifax and then returning. So they've got a tough stretch, as well as the Canadian Championship against TFC. Forge are on a really good run right now, playing well and grinding out wins, but they've got a congestion of fixtures. So, but look, good sides. The league table never lies, so we'll use this home stance to our advantage.